kickoff between these two old rivals from the NFC Central, but with realignment, the Lions now in the north and the Bucs in the south. And you want to talk south. Inside, it feels like Tampa, but outside, well, let's just say, thank goodness for a dome stadium.
Yeah, 68 inside here. I wonder if the Tampa guys are a little chilly. I'm used to that cool weather. It should be a lot of fun today. I mean, you take a look at Marty there and situation, Curt, where they're 3-10. And he's a coach that's just looking to get better right now. He's looking for this team to make some moves and guys individually to go out there and just improve his players these next 3 weeks.
Well, this week he's going to have to work with some changes on his offense due to injuries, which we will detail just a little bit later. Meanwhile, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come into this game under John Gruden knowing that simply by winning today, they will clinch a playoff spot. They've got 10 victories on the season against just 3 losses, and they could still make the playoffs despite a loss today, but they want to go in on a positive note. And right now, you talk to the guys, they say, look, we've been to the playoffs before. We want to be a #1 seed and have the road go through Tampa.
Yeah, and the Bucs are going to be receiving here. And John Gruden offensively, I mean, this team has really started to click for him, Curt, over the last 5 games or so. But I think when you talk to John Gruden and you're talking December football, you're talking balance. And they want to look for a running game today, whether it be Allstott, Pittman, or Aaron Stecker. They want to find some success in the running game. It'll pay dividends as this season finishes up.
All the Buccaneers ran the ball well last week, 150 yards on the ground. Allstott had 95 in that victory over Atlanta.
Big game for him. He's that cutback type of runner. And he's not that big, bruising fullback. To me, he's a fullback that plays running back, and the Lions will have to look to shut down those cutback lanes today. That's where he gets a lot of his big yards.
Well, as we said, these teams used to be in the same division, so they have met many a time. Detroit leads the all-time series, but the Bucs have won 4 of the last 5 meetings, including both last year.
And you talked to them about both of those games last year, and they'll tell you those were their 2 toughest wins. I mean, well, Detroit played them tough.
And they had to win with 45 seconds left. Keyshawn Johnson with a touchdown in Tampa. And the game in Detroit was won on a field goal by Martin Gramatica with 4 seconds left. So they both went down to the wire. Well, as you said, the Buccaneers have won the toss, so Jason Hansen will kick things off. Aaron Stecker, who's 5th in the league in kick return average, will take it and begin for the Bucs. And week 15 is underway. Stecker from his 7-yard line. Through a hole, and there he goes. Breaks a couple of tackles down the sideline, finally forced out of bounds by Raphael Cooper. But what a return by Stecker to get this one started, 66 yards.
Boy, Aaron Stecker is unbelievable, Curt, in terms of hitting up in the seam and then just going straight down the field. Watch him pop this thing straight down the hash. As he cuts back inside, he'll make Hansen miss. He'll outrun Dante Curry there. Pick up some extra yards. That's how you start things out. That's championship football.
Well, they start things out at the 26-yard line of Detroit. Johnson hands it off to Michael Pittman, and Pittman dances his way down for a gain of 8. Well, Brad Johnson already has set the Buccaneer franchise record for single-season touchdowns, and we mentioned the last 5 weeks, spectacular. 15 of those 22 coming in that span. Part of the reason has been because the play of the offensive line. Oben, Jenkins, Christie, Coleman, and Walker have been strong up front. Pittman and Allstott, the 2 backs. Johnson and McCardell, the receivers, and the tight end is Ken Dilger. There's an injured Lion still down on the field. It's their cornerback, Chris Cash, the rookie out of USC.
That's not good, and they're depleted back there in the secondary anyway. They're starting the young guys today. Goodman on the other side of Cash, and Chris Cash has started, what, Curt, about 10 games for them this year.
Yeah, this is his 11th straight start. Kind of a surprise. A guy they took in the 6th round, didn't expect a whole lot out of, but came out of the gate, played well in the preseason, and took it over 3 games into this year.
Yeah, I was surprised by his play this year. He was a USC Trojan the last couple of years, was on their broadcast team, covered him, and really, frankly, surprised that he's come in here and had the success in the league that he has. And he's just a football player. He's gotten much, much better this year, and he's had to learn on the run. Hopefully, he'll be okay.
See if we can figure out what happened. Keyshawn Johnson.
Looks like he may just get a poke in the eye. Yeah, it looks like he got his eye poked.
Well, you see him walking off. Looks like he is okay. We'll see if he comes back in the ball game. Keyshawn not afraid of a little contact.
Well,
He'll tell you.
He will tell you.
He likes blocking.
He says he's the best blocker in the NFL, does Keyshawn Johnson. And talk about a size mismatch. He's got quite a big mismatch today with most of that secondary back there for Detroit.
Well, they bring in Eric Davis to replace the rookie. Let's see what they do. They hand it off to Mike Allstott, who pushes the pile forward. Good enough for the first down. Taking a look at this Lions defense. Well, their front four has been probably the strongest group for them all year. And this week, they get their second-round pick, Kalimba Edwards, into the lineup. He's their leading sacker with 5.5 on the year. Green, Claiborne, and Curry, the linebackers. And in the secondary, they had the rookies starting in Goodman and Cass. Corey Harris and Brian Walker, a couple of veterans at safety. First down at the 15-yard line. Pittman plows forward for another 3 yards. Kalimba Edwards with the tackle.
And when you talk about Tampa Bay and needing to run the football and find some kind of balance, I mean, if they can do that, Curt, and get a running game, and listen, they haven't even rushed for 100 yards a game this year. If they can find that, this offense will be unbelievable, because if they get Brad Johnson in third and medians today, especially against this Detroit defense, you talk about mismatches in the passing game, forget it.
Two tight ends in on second down. Johnson completes it out to Keyshawn Johnson down near the 5-yard line. That'll be close to another Buccaneer first. We'll see where they spot it.
See Keyshawn here. He's just going to drag across the middle of the field. They're going to clear it out on the other side with all the deeper routes, and he'll just drag across and get one in front of Barrett Green. I expect a lot of that today by this Tampa Bay offense, Curt, attacking the middle of the field for Detroit. They've had problems in that area this year.
And so it's first and goal, ball on the 5-yard line. Lions showing blitz. They come. Mike Allstott able to pick up 2 yards on the play. And the Lions come with a blitz down here in the short field.
Well, I think it's a good idea. You get down here in a short field and you try to make that quarterback make some quick decisions. And that's what they did there. And you're going to see a lot of number 54, Barrett Green, today. This guy is an explosive young player. Kurt Schottenheimer, the D coordinator, was in this over with the Washington Redskins the last few years, and he actually calls this guy a little LeVar Arrington.
In front of Chris Cass, McCardell with a 19-yard grab.
McCardell has been amazing, Curt, since he's come back from injury, and he thrives in man coverage. He'll be here. He's going to man up on Cash, and he'll come and make a break. Watch, the ball's gone before he even makes that break. Beautiful throw, perfect catch. Another first down for the Bucs offense. You talk about efficiency. Look at Brad Johnson, the way he moves around within this scheme.
First down at the 35. Johnson to the air again. Up top again, overthrown. Keyshawn Johnson, the intended receiver. As you see him, he goes Johnson, McCardell. We've seen Allstott. I mean, already he's spreading the ball around.
Oh, he'll do that. And that's what's beautiful about the scheme of the West Coast. I mean, you go with who's open. You go with your read. And Brad Johnson will tell you, he does that each and every play. He takes what the defense gives him. That time he was under pressure. And when he's under pressure, Curt, you can get him to throw it away. That's the big thing for this Lions on defense. They're pretty good in the front seven. They've got to get in the face of number 14 today if they're going to have some success.
They go with the empty backfield as Aaron Stecker is spread out in the slot. They dump it off to Stecker. Penalty flags down on the play as Stecker is brought down by Barrett Green, but let's see what the penalty is. Will be against the Lions offside. I think we just read John Gruden's lips.
I think they should take the
penalty.
I thought they should too. We didn't even need John for that.
Offside. 96. Defense. It's a 5-yard penalty. who is lined up in the neutral zone, remains second down.
James Hall, the bad guy on that play.
How about John Gruden? Talking to him last night, he's had a lot of success. I asked him, is this the most fun you're having? Is this the best point in your career? He looked right at us. Absolutely. I mean, he is enjoying the heck out of this Tampa Bay football team, and you can see it. The success has been terrific.
After the penalty, it'll be second down, just at the 29-yard line. That's the pitch to Michael Pittman. Pittman through the hole. Dives forward, good enough for a gain of 8 and a first down. He was down. Let's go out to Los Angeles and JB for another game break.
Hey, Curt and Tim, talk about slipping through holes. Look at Allen Rossum after Seattle scored a touchdown on the ensuing kickoff. Rossum, former Packer, 91 yards to pay dirt, the 35th touchdown, kickoff, or punt return in the league. That is a league record, all knotted at 7. Curt and the proud USC grad, Tim Ryan.
Why would you be proud?
You know why I'm proud. Heisman Trophy last night. Carson Palmer, quarterback of USC, bringing the Heisman back west. Neat.
First time in 21 years since Marcus Allen. 9th play of the drive. Johnson dumps it off to Michael Pittman out of the backfield. Slipped the tackle, but got his feet all tangled up with all his dance moves. Brought himself down. Chris Claiborne will get credit for a tackle.
Everybody has been on Pittman since they brought him over here, Curt, in terms of his yards per carry. Hasn't been great, but let me tell you what he does. He catches balls out of the backfield. He turns them into big plays. Coming into the game today, had 51 catches, and he's had his share of big plays. I mean, he will make a guy miss, and he's got big play written all over him.
Well, he was a big-time back, came over from Arizona in the offseason, and has kind of disappeared here in Tampa.
Not in catches. With 51, like I said, he's made his share of big plays.
Another first down. Allstott. Allstott wasn't thinking about running that one outside at all as he just lowered his head and plowed his way for a gain of 2.
Chris Claiborne scraping in there. And
another USC guy. Yeah. That's why you brought him up.
That's right.
Only reason.
You got to segue, right? You got to have a smooth transition, they say. And he's playing his best football also of his career. This guy
really
here.
Is.
4 interceptions, got 3 sacks, makes a lot of big plays, and he's in his contract year. So watch him play these next 3 games. It'll be tough.
That's the end of the first quarter. The Buccaneers on top and looking to add more. It's 3-0.
Keep our highways beautiful. The 911 Carrera.
What have you been up to, Mr. Moneybags?
There's an easier way to get the gear the pros wear. Call 877-NFL-SHOP for your free team catalog.
Minnesota, Culpepper was 3 for 3 on 3rd down. That's what you call moving the chains.
3rd down conversions will break the back of a defense.
I think that's a quick enough start for Mike Tice. He was complaining about that.
I'm sure he's happy. Yeah, he's happy today.
This is Lewis. Look at that hole right there. My goodness. And there goes Michael Lewis. Epstein won't catch him. One man has to get him. And it won't happen, folks. 97 yards for the score.
It's an offensive shootout. When they return to punt return.
Since then, they've shored that up. Been much better in practice, and it reflects what they've done in the red zone offensively.
Right now, they've got it at the 8-yard line. Johnson to Olstad. Diving, going to be short of the touchdown. Missed the goal line by about a foot. Chris Cash with the tackle.
And he is not going down with the first guy. Olstad is such a bruiser. You'll see him here coming in motion. He'll just leak out, get the football, and then he's not going down. Cash going to come up and tackle him. And the Olstad puts his head down. Forget about it.
So they're about a foot away from the touchdown. Olstad keeps the eye, gets the carry. Untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Olstad's 5th rushing touchdown of the season. He's the only Buccaneer with one.
Well, the whole left side of the offensive line doing a great job with the push. How about the block by Warren Sapp? Sapp comes in as an eligible. He'll play tight end here, and watch the drive block by Sapp here, punching his guy into the end zone. Going against Kalimba Edwards there. Well, that's a beautiful block. You better not be too good at that, Curt.
Well, Martin Gramatica gets the extra point. Warren Sapp said during the offseason he wanted to play offense. He took a big part in the touchdown by Olstad and extended this lead to 10 points.
As they're growing up, that dream really never stops. He didn't give up his dream, and he's found his way into an NFL roster, and it's been tumultuous for him. He's been on a roster, he's been released, he's been back on the roster. He's learned how to hold on to the football, which is the biggest key for him. Do not fumble, and he's made great plays.
I like that, tumultuous.
Yeah.
You are the first defensive tackle I've heard use that term.
Well, you know, that Wonderlic score of mine was pretty good.
And the Wonderlic.
Yeah, us defensive linemen are smart.
The NFL intelligent tests they give to all the rookies that come in. And this will be the Vikings. That's Tyrone Carter, and he takes a shot by number 40, Mel Mitchell. Well, Michael Lewis has done this before, folks. He did it in Washington weeks.
It's my weekend with the kids.
In team history, the
Done up the middle.
Impossible is a negotiation.
3rd and 10 for the Eagles. On the Redskin 13, leading 7-0. Short drop and the quick pass out to Pinkston. And it does not get out of bounds. The clock continues to.
100's not good.
What could be worse?
I got a 1030! He did worse than Kelso. I watched that kid glue his hand to his face.
That 70 show, all new at 8/7 Central, Fox Tuesday.
The Olstad touchdown is like a clinic the way this offensive line blocked. First of all, Warren Sapp with a beautiful block there. Watch the kick-out block here by Jenkins. Barnes will come up and lead, and then Olstad will just punch it in.
Well, this capped off a 96-yard drive that started at their own 4-yard line. Longest drive of the season for the Bucs. Eddie Drummond from the 1-yard line takes the kickoff. He's brought down after return of 20 by Dwight Smith.
Falcons first down as he's
getting no help from the rest of his defensive line teammates. They're not getting pushed. They're not getting up there to help get him once he moves up in the pocket.
Ryan McKinney told us last night the biggest problem in this league for him is being able to focus in on the snap count, especially in a loud stadium. This is the toss to Bennett. Bennett's got a corner. There goes Michael Bennett. Bennett all the way out to the 45-yard line before he's brought down by Jay Bellamy. And that should be the end of the first quarter. A pickup of 19. And Yurko, we have got fireworks here in this first quarter. We'll start the second quarter when we come back.
Tonight, it's an all-new night.
Try to kick a 50-50.
Where he is knocked down by Patrick Surtain. 31-yard return. We mentioned the three outstanding wide receivers, the most in NFL history.
Mr. Hansen.
To me, they were have one of those.
And they started working on him. We don't know exactly what the situation is just yet. We'll get you updated as soon as we can. Mike McMahon now in at quarterback, and he completes his first pass to Bill Schrader. Gain of 13 on the play. Let's go down to Jennifer Hammond and find out what's the latest on Harrington.
All right, guys, thanks very much. It's actually kind of bizarre at this point in time. The public relations staff can't tell us anything concrete. Joey Harrington did go into the locker room. They say that he is, quote, not feeling well, and they are hoping he will come back, but there's really no definitive word on what the problem is or when or if he'll be back, guys.
And you can see that the guys are surrounding him, so the cameras no longer see him. Hopefully we'll have an update at some point. Avion Cason being wrapped up by Dexter Jackson after a gain of 1. Boy, that's one thing they don't need is to play the rest of this game. Nothing against Mike McMahon, but Joey Harrington is the guy they need at quarterback.
Well, and I think the big picture is how it's going to affect the pass protection of this offensive line. I mean, you're going against one of the better pass rushing defensive lines in all of the NFL, and Mike McMahon takes many more sacks than Joey Harrington does.
Holds on to the ball a lot, scrambles a lot more as well. To the air. For Schrader. Makes the catch and he's down the sideline. Into Buccaneer territory. Brian Kelly finally stopped him, but 45 yards on the reception.
Boy, what a laser. What a laser from Mike McMahon. It all starts with the time, and watch how Schrader is going to get outside of Brian Kelly. Brian's got help with the safety over the top. Dexter's just a little late getting over there. Terrific throw from Mike McMahon, and look at the throw. I mean, he's looking off that safety, and that's what holds Dexter Jackson just for enough time so Schrader can go get that football.
First down at the 20-yard line. Avion Cason with the carry. Anthony McFarland in on tackle. So for now, the Lions are trying to do it with Avion Cason at running back instead of James Stewart. Mike McMahon at quarterback instead of Joey Harrington, a makeshift offensive line, but at least on the first 3 plays we've seen here, it hasn't slowed them down a bit.
That's right. They've gotten their big plays. And Marty Morningwig, when you look at Mike McMahon, although he's been demoted to second team, he really thinks if it's not here, it's going to be somewhere else, and he's going to be a darn good player in this league.
On second down, quick pass. Oh, that was intended for Jermaine Crowell, who was blasted by Brian Kelly, and it falls incomplete.
That's what Brian Kelly does. He will break on the football and just blast, as you said, wide receivers. Crowell should have had this football. Brian Kelly comes up and knocks it loose. Square in. Get a break from Kelly and just delivering a violent shot. That's the thing with Brian Kelly. A lot of guys will come up and hit you. He'll come up and hit you with some violence.
Is everyone in this game from USC?
There's a few of them out there, Kurt.
Jeez. 4 wide receivers on third down. They need the 9-yard line. Bill Schrader. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. yards on the touchdown. Mike McMahon at quarterback.
Mike McMahon has nothing to lose. He's just coming out here and just firing this football. And Schrader makes a great one-handed catch.
Jason Hansen for the extra point. And so Joey Harrington goes out with an injury. The Lions take it. 6 plays, 79 yards, and complete the touchdown without him to cut it to a 3-point deficit.
.2 yards per play. Starting from deep in their own territory, Fiedler calling signals. Play fake. Down the sideline. Chambers. Oh, what a catch! Oh, he dropped it. Incomplete at the 40-yard line.
Face and stuff the run. Mickens and McGraw have brought in. Now they got extra defensive backs. 3rd and a long 9. Chandler and the Bears at the Jet 38. And everyone was jumping.
Dick LeBeau and his staff. It's hard to draw on things that you've done well when nothing has gone right.
The extra point goes right for Danny Boyd, playing in his 2nd NFL game. And the Jaguars on the road, a team that's beaten the Bengals 9-11 times, extend to a 14-3 lead over.
And out of Alabama, bringing him down. So Tim Couch and Peyton Manning.
Yes, America's most watched network. Houston already with 116 yards in total offense, but this is a pretty good little drive from the Ravens. Blake guns it. Another first down and more. It's heat.
And scare you with the prospect of it at any point. Play clock running down, and here is the quick toss, and the pass is knocked away by Troy Vincent. Rod Gardner was the intended receiver. And
here's Bill Schrader right here in the slot. Crowell's going to clear out Brian Kelly. Schrader will go just to a stop route right here. And then look at the throw from McMahon amongst all the white jerseys. You've got white jerseys everywhere. 1, 2, 3. There's a couple guys coming from over here as well. And watch that one-handed catch by Schrader.
Schrader 77 of the 79 yards on that drive.
The Lions needed that. That was with their backup quarterback, Curt. Pretty good drive.
Jason Hansen kicking it off to Aaron Stecker. Stecker, who took the first kickoff of the game, 66 yards, starts at his 8-yard line. This won't even be close. Bill Schrader, season high, 78 yards receiving. He's already got 77.
3 different guys.
We've talked about Buchanan and Ashley Ambrose. I mean, it's not as if they've got an easy job. I mean, Gordon Robinson is a pretty explosive player. He leads his team in receptions, and he averages over 16 yards a reception.
2nd and 6. Down to the 4-yard line.
By Duracell, trusted everywhere. By Citizen Echo Drive, a revolutionary watch that never needs a battery. And by Office Depot, what you need to know.
Back here in New Orleans, big Norman Hand. And, you know, there's been some good guys down in that trench called Hand.
Yeah, there have been. Guy out in San Diego was a pretty dominant player, too.
John Hand. This is Lewis. Lewis, another great return. And they're doing something right up front.
They are doing something right. Boo Williams up front. J.J. Jones. These guys are doing something up front. They're engaging their blockers early. They're running alongside of them and getting it done for the Saints.
And all that does is equate to great field position. Michael Lewis has been quiet the last couple weeks, and he's got that nasty knack of putting the ball in the...
And by American Express, make life rewarding.
Mike McMahon took over for Joey Harrington and did what the Lions needed him to do. They got it to within 3, so the Buccaneers now began. Ball on the 25-yard line as Brad Johnson rolls out. Dumps it off, pass caught by the tight end Ricky Dudley, who's knocked down by Corey Harris. A couple of moments ago, though, we were watching and we see Joey Harrington climbing into an ambulance in the tunnel. There you can see he is right there. And so we still have no official word as to what his injury is, but obviously he's taken off his uniform and gotten into an ambulance. It doesn't look like he's going to be back today.
And they won't take any chances with him. Marty Morningway, I mean, the biggest thing right now with Joey Harrington is get him through this year healthy.
Mike Allstott. Short carry, going to be close to the first.
And when I say that, I mean, it's highly important for Marty Morningwig and this staff to get Joey, who's in the ambulance there, through this season healthy, because if he comes out and gets hurt in this football game or in the next couple, Curt, he loses all that invaluable experience that he's had this year mentally. Mentally, they want to keep him healthy, get him through this year.
Well, mentally, they've got to find a way to keep their team in it right now, because he's a guy who has been the leader, both offensively and defensively, even though he is a young quarterback. First down for the Bucs, empty backfield. He's hit as he throws. Brad Johnson got that one off. Incomplete. We need to complete one out to Los Angeles and JB for game break.
Hey, Curt, take a look at Michael Vick making amends for a pick that he threw earlier that led to a Seattle touchdown. Running left, coming back across the field to the tight end, Algie Crumpler. 20-yard strike to pay dirt. It is now the Falcons on top, 14-7 over Seattle. Back to Curt and USC's Tim Ryan.
All right, the best division in football. Looks like it.
Oh, yeah.
They keep on rolling. Atlanta and New Orleans both trying to keep the heat on Tampa. Johnson. Out to Dudley. And Ricky Dudley with a reception of 5 yards in front of Andre Goodwin. Well, now with Harrington out, it becomes even more incumbent upon this defense for the Lions to do everything they can to keep their offense in the football game.
Yeah, they've got to force a couple of turnovers. And this defense has got to try their best today to put their offense with their backup quarterback, Curt, on a short field.
On third down, they have to cross the 45 for the first. And Roman Oben, the left tackle, jumped early as the Lions looked like they were coming in a blitz.
False start. Number 72 offense. Prior to the snap, 5-yard penalty. Remaining third down.
Here's Mike McMahon on the sideline talking to a coach. You see him pointing to the chest there. It's like he's explaining. Now, I'm not sure. It's all speculation, but he's speculating on what happened with Joey Harrington. Maybe, Curt, we haven't found out yet. Maybe something with his sternum.
Well, he threw only one pass on that opening drive. So now it's third and long. And Brad Johnson forced to use the timeout. Play clock was winding down.
Very close to another first down. Eric Kelly, the cornerback, brought him down after a pickup of 8.
Deuce is banged up, but he gets out there in the perimeter and he makes Nick Rogers miss. Rogers flying out there, knows he has to turn Deuce back inside. He's got to get him inside. That he does. But Deuce, get him the ball out in the open field. Even with the bad ankle, he's still dangerous.
The #1 rusher in the NFC wasn't all that happy with some of the comments that Ricky Williams made regarding who can rush for more yards. 2nd and 2. Let's see if Deuce picked it up.
Fred Robbins.
And then you see Cochran, the end, buys that handoff, and that leaves him open. Last week, going to the other direction against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Watch, Vick doesn't sell the handoff right here, and so the safety stays on him all the way, who has to contain Howell, and brings Michael Vick down in the backfield. So Vick very conscious of the importance of the fake on the handoff.
Crumpler unable to hang on, and Howell had just come into the game, replacing the injured John Lynch.
Well, Michael Vick
should be loaded up for bear come this spring.
And Haslett had a big smile across his face yesterday when he's looking at the next 2 years. He anticipates this team winning a Super Bowl. You see in the third, he got 2 picks. That's going to move from a 4th to a third round pick. That second pick, that's the Willie Roaf pick from Kansas City. If Willie Roaf plays 90% of the plays, which most likely he will.
Because the Kansas City Chiefs are fighting for the playoffs. Here's a pump and go by Brooks. Comes back over the middle to Jerome Pathon. And
Maybe fell on the football there and is having a problem with his sternum.
That was the last play that he was in on, and we're speculating because the Lions are refusing to tell us what is wrong. Johnson on 3rd down, goes to the air, he's hit as he throws, and that one goes incomplete in the direction of Joe Jaravicius, but this Lions defense comes up big one more time.
And that's what they have to do, Curt. They have to get pressure either from the middle or out on the edge. This time they're able to get it around the corner, and Brad Johnson has to get rid of the football. And you're going to see it from up here from Brian Walker, and if he has to get rid of it before he wants to, more times than not, he's not going to have the accuracy, Curt, that he usually does.
Tom Tupa set to punt. Eddie Drummond, the deep man, watching it go over towards the sideline and out of bounds. A terrible punt by Tupa. .27 yards, and that's it.
And that's exactly the situation for the Saints. This will be 2nd and goal. 10th play of the drive. Brooks looking in the end zone. He's got a man looking for Joe Horn, but it's over his head. Good coverage on the play by Eric Kelly. Pressure by Lance Johnstone.
They're trying to get to Horn in the middle of the field. They look like they're going to run a little slant and hope you get a little bite on it from the defensive back. They got a smidgen of it, but that pressure forced Brooks. If you got that pressure, forced Brooks to throw it out of bounds, out of the end zone.
And that was Aaron Brooks' first incompletion of the day. The man is 5 of 6 for 50 yards. So that shoulder, with whatever throws he's making, is holding up okay. 3rd and goal. They'll try another shot in the end zone. Here comes the heat, and Brooks will go down. We've got a flag down as well. Let's see what that's about. But Lance Johnstone, along with Mixon, take down Brooks.
Johnstone's a guy that's had sacks in the past, 2 10-plus sack seasons with the Oakland Raiders.
Illegal shift, offense. Number 83. 2 men moving, and they did not reset prior to the snap. That penalty will be declined. 4th down.
So
coming up next in the second part of our Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader, Brett Favre leads the NFC North champion Packers against Terrell Owens and the NFC West champion 49ers. It's a possible playoff preview and part of a full day of NFL action, and it continues next on Fox. Midway through the second quarter here in Detroit, Buccaneers owning a 10-7 lead over the Lions. Mike McMahon in at quarterback for the injured Joey Harrington is Raphael Cooper with the run. Big play by Cooper, a gain of 16 yards.
Nice little shake and bake in the hole by Raphael Cooper, Curt. They just signed this guy about a month ago up to the active roster. Of course, with no James Stewart, he's going to get some carries today. And beautiful cut. He'll come from the tailback. Watch this cut right at the line of scrimmage. Looks like it's going to be there on Simeon Rice. Able to pick up a bunch of extra yards.
First down at the 46 of Tampa. Schrader comes out of the backfield. They hand it off to Cooper. Dancing around, picks up some yards, and into the open field. Raphael Cooper once again, this time a gain of 18.
If you run the football at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you run it in between the tackles. And that's exactly what they're going to do here. Get guys going downhill. Cooper just making people miss. He's pretty nifty in there, Curt.
Oh,
good vision.
He was a member of the Amsterdam Admirals, Kurt Warner's old team in NFL Europe, and had 10 touchdowns in 10 games, leading the league in rushing this past offseason. He gets his 3rd carry of this game, and Buccaneers bottle him up. Gain of 2 on the play. But Cooper was one of those guys I saw on the field before the game. He was so excited, knowing that with Stewart out today, he would get an opportunity to run the football.
And how about an opportunity, your real first big opportunity against the best defense in the NFL and the Tampa Bay Bucs. And Marty told us, Marty Morningweg, the head coach, says, I don't know a lot about Raphael Cooper. I mean, he hasn't been around long enough for me to put my finger on him, but I can tell you this, he's a pretty good little back.
Only his 2nd game on the active roster. He gets another carry. Tries to stay alive, picked up a yard on the play. Oh, Cooper, part of the running back by committee today for the Lions, with Stewart being out.
And it's huge that you run the football against this Tampa Bay defense. Xavier Cason comes in the football game for Cooper. I mean, you have to. If you don't move the ball offensively, Curt, and pick up some drives and move the chains and take some time off the clock, it'd be a long second half for your football team against that pass rush.
Lions already 13 carries, 76 yards as a team. They need to get the 18-yard line for the first down here. They do. Right on top of it is Corey Schlesinger. Now let's see where they spot the football, because they're going back about a half yard. And from where they spotted it, he won't get the first down. You can hear the crowd not happy about that, and neither is the Lions sideline.
Well, let me take a look.
Yeah. Why don't you? How close is it?
They're going to bring the measurement. I think they're short on this one, like you said. Not a great spot.
Now, with your X-ray vision, did he have it and they gave him a bad spot, or did they spot it in the right place and he never had it?
No, I think he had it and they gave him a bad spot.
Okay. Thank you, Superman.
You're going to see him about,
Well, you can't wait till they pull the chain and then say how far.
I knew it was short. I was going to, predict how far like I did the first time.
Right.
But I didn't want to.
But you were waiting until they pulled the chain.
I didn't want to be too good, Curt.
Okay. Hey, don't use it all. Save it for the fourth quarter.
That's right.
You know?
That's why I stopped myself.
Don't let the hose out before you know where the fire is.
That's right.
Okay?
That's why I stopped myself.
So it'll be a big 4th down. What do you do right now if you're Detroit in this 4th down situation?
You get your points. Get your points.
Jason Hanson comes on to do just that from 37 yards away.
What's up with that face mask?
He's a kicker.
Yeah, okay.
He's got the holes in the helmet that make you more aerodynamic, too. What does he need that for? John Jett with the hold. And it goes through, and so the Lions have come back with 10 straight points to even the ball game at 10 each.
Don Yurkovich, and everybody needs a helmet head.
Everybody needs the helmet head.
And you need a clown, and you need a guy with a tambourine or a drum. 1st and 10 on the 19 for the Vikings. Believe it or not, this is their worst starting field position of the day so far.
We had a Saints fan with horns on. I don't know how that works.
He's a devil of a Saint. Culpepper. Complete to the tight end Chamberlain, and Chamberlain is out of.
Helped him along his way to become a starter.
The all-time Steelers. This is a 41-yard field goal try. Maddox the holder. Reed's kick is off the upright and through. It's good. Jeff Reed can smile about that one. The field goal gods are with him. Boom, and through it went. He waits and put 3 on the board.
I'll tell you, the key to that was Walter Jones and a double team. Watch the work here by Walter Jones. Look at this double team.
The next American Idol, this January on Fox.
A special holiday Boston Republic, all new at 8/7 Central Fox Monday.
Whether it's that guy, Raphael Cooper, Avion Kaysad, Mike McMahon, the backups coming in and finding a way to keep the Lions in this ball game, all knotted at 10 with 5.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Man, tell me their head coach doesn't love it.
Let's go down the field and Jennifer Hammond for an update on the Harrington injury.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We're still trying to find out more information. Director of Communications, Bill Keenest, when I asked him if he could confirm or deny that it was any kind of problem with Joey Harrington's heart, he said he couldn't confirm or deny that. What they did do was take him to a local hospital. They're hoping to get more information shortly. We will hear what the update is from Marty Morningwood going in at halftime, so we should have more for you soon. But they're still really not certain what happened to Joey Harrington.
All right, thanks a lot. Jennifer working down there on the sideline. Aaron Stecker returns it out to the 24-yard line. We return it to Los Angeles and JB for another game.
3rd and 10. Take a look at Deuce Staley. Second rushing touchdown of the day, capping a 7-play, 80-yard drive. Philadelphia looking to secure the East for the second consecutive year. Up 17-0. Back to Curt and Tim.
What do you think of the all-green uniforms?
I like them.
You know, when teams do that this year, they've won.
Yeah, they have. That's right.
Jets have done it. The Browns have done it. Buccaneers starting officially at the 23. Michael Pittman hit hard. Well, he picked up 5 yards, but Corey Harris made him pay for all of them.
Corey Harris came up and just laid a shot on Pittman. And as bad as they've been back in the secondary this year, Curt, Corey Harris has been the most consistent guy. Watch him come up and just lay the wood on Pittman. Oh, it's an enjoyable tackle. Let's listen to that thing.
Pittman carries again. This time picks up 6 yards and a first down and was much happier to be grabbed by the ankles by Dante Curry.
This offensive line here has gotten a lot better for Tampa Bay. They have been, I mean, when you look at what they've done over the last 5 weeks as a group, protecting their quarterback, it's like they're a different offensive line. They've really gotten better.
Johnson on first. Aaron Stecker out of the backfield. Well, there's some hitting going on down there all of a sudden. Stecker picks up 5 hard-earned yards. Brad Johnson has been sacked once today, and that really plays into how he winds up playing a game, looks like.
Yeah, and here's the whole thing. 2 times or less getting sacked, 9-0, sacked 3 times or more, 0-3, and look at the 18-4 touchdowns. Pressure is everything for Brad Johnson and how successful he is going to be.
Well, they got 1 sack already,
right.
But they've had a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, they have. Detroit up front defensively has done a good job in their blitz packages getting in his face.
They show blitz again. Here they come. Pittman runs it out for a gain of 4 on the play. Barrett Green with the tackle.
You can see where most of the pressure has come today. It's been over here on this side. And they've done a lot of it with blitz. They'll bring linebackers up and get guys in there. Been able to get some pretty good heat on Brad Johnson. And again, the key, Curt, is getting him in 3rd and 6+. Getting him in some 3rd and longs where he has to take that 5-step drop stuff to give yourself a chance to get there.
And you see, he has not been sacked once today. It was Harrington who got sacked. First down, under pressure, thrown and floats into the hands of Andre Goodman, who could not make the catch.
And there's the pressure we were talking about. This time they come with Chris Claiborne, the middle linebacker. And Brad Johnson does not want to get sacked. He takes a lot of pride. And Robert Porcher and Claiborne both get up in his face there, and he just lets it go. He's not going to take a lot of sacks. He'll put the football up in the air, and he's lucky this one wasn't picked off.
Well, with the pressure they're putting on him, it does get him out of his rhythm, though, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And as you know, the West Coast offense, Curt, is all rhythm.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10. Here they come with an extra man again. Johnson with time. Too high for McCardell, incomplete. Corey Harris laid him out even though he did not make the catch.
Now Corey Harris will come up and hit you, but how about Porcher with pressure again? Robert has been, he doesn't have a lot of sacks this year, Curt, but he's got a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and he's doing it here today. Watch the hit from Corey Harris. And then Brad Johnson again under heavy pressure.
And so it makes for another 3rd and long situation. They have to cross the 46-yard line of Detroit. Here comes the blitz again. Shovel pass. Michael Pittman gets the first down. A run of 15 yards on the play.
Boy, they caught Detroit in a blitz, and it was a perfect call. That's John Gruden at his best. And watch the shovel pass. They would get all these guys coming up on the blitz, and then he's just going to drop back, let everybody get by him, and then shovel it up to Pittman. That's beautiful. And that is an excellent call by John Gruden.
Is that one of those, okay, this is what you want to do?
Absolutely. Slow that pass rush down a little bit, and the execution was flawless.
They got it to the 41 of the Lions. And they come with just a 4-man rush after that, incomplete. But it did what they wanted him to do. It slowed down the dogs.
Yep. And that's the thing. I was talking Kurt Schottenheimer, the defensive coordinator, before this game, and I said, are you going to blitz it? Are you going to get after Brad Johnson a lot today? And he goes, we're going to take our chances. And there's Kurt there. I mean, if you blitz this guy, he will make you pay for it. He'll find his hot reads. He'll make his adjustments. So you got to give him a mix of when you blitz and when you back off, and they'll try to find a healthy balance of that today against Brad Johnson.
3 wide receivers in, 9th play of the drive. Johnson completes it. Ken Gilder, the tight end, and he'll be just shy of the first down. Todd Light stops him right at the 2-minute warning. 1:58 left to go in the first half. We're tied at 10.
Turn your dollar into something tasty with a juicy Big and Tasty with fresh lettuce and tomato, the McChicken sandwich, or lots of your favorite foods for just $1 each. Every day on McDonald's.
Way, a better way.
Get an amazing Gateway holiday deal.
Give themselves up. Kendrell Bell's use of the hands has made him the player that he is.
There's 3rd and 5. Wenke gets time and throws and completes it for a first down.
Love vs. Money, a new reality series.
That's what I'm talking about! Woo!
It's a halftime report. JB, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy. Scores and highlights from around the league. And the Fox Sports ticker will keep you updated with up-to-the-second stats. 3rd down, and the handoff to Kenny Watson, and a first down for the Redskins just outside the 15-yard line.
That's only on the Visa halftime report. Big chance for this Lions defense on 3rd and about a yard for Tampa Bay. This could be the difference between punting and points.
Now, this is big, especially with, a minute 58 up against the half. Momentum will be huge, and this play will dictate a lot of that.
You see the Bucs have been good in this situation today. 1 for 2 so far. Allstott makes it 2 for 3 and more. All the way down to the 9-yard line. 23 yards on the run by Allstott. Oh, it looks like it's in slow motion, but he gets there.
Well, he does. He's always getting positive yards. How about the kick-out block from the fullback, Barnes? Look at this kick-out. just mashes Bracy Walker out there, opens up a huge gap, and Allstott just, I mean, if you get the big boy running downhill, he's going to get positive yards, and had a huge hole there created by a beautiful block by the fullback.
First and goal from the 9-yard line. Play action. Johnson to the back of the end zone, incomplete. Well, this has been a situation the Bucs have been good in of late, right before halftime, 2-minute drives, period.
Yeah, they have. They don't. Brad Johnson doesn't call it a 2-minute drill. He calls it a 2-minute drive. And watch this play here. The pressure up front, again, is the biggest key. It's going to be Porcher again around Kenyatta Walker getting a hit along with Sean Rogers. They bring that kind of consistent pressure, Curt, throughout this game. Believe me, Detroit will have a shot all the way through the fourth quarter. Bringing that pressure is the biggest key against this offense.
They've got to find a way to stop a Buccaneer offense going with 4 wide receivers. And they pitch it to Michael Pittman. He won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. James Hall drops him for a loss of 1.
What a beautiful play by James Hall. Watch James. McCardell is going to miss on a whiff block, and then James is going to sit down the line of scrimmage and get Pittman for no gain. That's what defensive linemen, Curt, like to do, and that's what the good ones do. They can move laterally, they can move sideways, and make plays.
3rd and goal from the 10. Johnson. Up top, McCardell diving and out of bounds, incomplete.
It's a good job by that defense. Again, holding them out of the end zone, keeping them to a field goal. It's big, big, big for momentum. And
that's 2 stands we've seen from their defense inside the 10-yard line.
Yep, and it's all about bringing that pressure. You bring the pressure, get Brad Johnson thinking a little bit, and you give your guys back in the secondary an opportunity to cover, and Chris Cash did a good job there on McCardell.
Gramatica for his 2nd field goal attempt. Already made one from 20 out. This one good from 28. And so the Buccaneers get points right before the halftime, which is something they do well. But this time it's only a field goal and a 13-10 lead.
Secured, feet down, hit. I'm going to go with 6 points.
He's cradling it, and I'll tell you what, this is really a case where indisputable visual evidence would be very hard to turn this away from the original call of a touchdown.
Yeah, it should be upheld what was called on the football field, because we have seen nothing on those replays that shows anything different than what Johnny.
21. Already down, so McAllister's move doesn't matter, and he got away with one there. So 24 seconds.
The run out of the thought process if you're the Indianapolis Colts defense. And now this is the time to go ahead and take your shot at Tim Couch. I want to watch Dwight Freeney right here, who just is coming up like a bullet.
Find themselves down by 17 points.
Here today, and they're holding their own.
Eddie Drummond with the return. And so Mike McMahon will take over with 11 seconds to go. Of course, McMahon coming in when Joey Harrington left the game after the first series. No official word on exactly what his injury is, but we'll try and get that as we talk to Coach Marty Morningweg on his way to the locker room in just a couple of seconds.
And McMahon has looked good since he's been in for Joey Harrington. He's put a couple of good drives together. And he's a gunslinger, Curt. You see there 4 or 5, and he is going to get back there and throw the football. Great athletic ability. He's looked good.
And he'll take a knee to end the first half. A half where the Lions defense has really been as strong as their offense of either of these teams. It's 13-10 Buccaneers with with the lead here at halftime. And rest of the way with his team down 13-10. Fox NFL Sunday will continue after this word from your local Fox station.
A bit in the first half for the Eagles. Sean Landeta out for the year. And they'll place the ball at the 34. I want to remind you, the Visa halftime report coming up very shortly. And very precious little time remaining for the Redskins. Well, we saw Ramsey with a Hail Mary last week, this time going to Liddell Betts. He can't stop.
The Jets are getting blanked at Champaign. The Bears holding them to only 5 first downs in the first half. What's the story here, Boomer?
Jets defense can't get off the field. Chad Pennington, 4th and short. He fumbles the ball. Doesn't matter. Bears take over on downs. Then Paul Edinger, he hits a 53-yard field goal to put the Bears up 3-0. And then Adrian Peterson rushes 5 yards. Now watch how he rushes right through the middle here. Breaks 1 tackle, 2nd tackle. Shows you a lack of passion on the defensive side of the ball for the New York Jets.
Bears time of possession 2-1 there, 20-10. And meanwhile, Carolina picked off Maddox, ran it back inside the 10. Pete cashed in, touchdown pass. They're hanging in there. Talking about Carolina with 0 yards. This is a Pittsburgh defense that last week gave up 47 and lost.
0 yards.
Can you believe that? Indianapolis, talking about 0. The Colts shut out. Where is Manning and company? Here's Couch has thrown 2 first-half touchdowns, leading the way for Cleveland.
Couch is stepping up now, Manning. 1st and 10. That is the waist down, fellas. And right here, we get Quincy Morgan goes, ow! Somebody better get some tape for that defensive back's ankles. He breaks his ankles down, and we have Quincy Morgan going for 78 yards for the touch. Miss PAT. Couch back to pass again. I wish you would have saw this route. It was an out and up, and I'm telling you, mama is mad at her, baby, because Kevin Johnson takes it in for 30 yards.
Baltimore playing down in Houston, and the Ravens have that 6-point lead at halftime. Carr was picked once in the first half, and Blake, he's got a touchdown pass and another beautiful grab. We saw Carter earlier. You'll see one coming up here shortly.
And Carr throws to Jabari Holloway, who gets down to the 1-yard line, doesn't get in on the next play. Jonathan Wells, looking off the right side right here, bounces it out. Nice little score, touchdown for Houston. Then Jeff Blake drops back to throw. Here's how you go get the ball. Watch, catch it at the high point. Travis Taylor, go up, great catch, touchdown.
6th round can catapult.
2 points or less. Now they lead by 2 at halftime. Brunell with a couple of touchdown strikes. Bengals could have tied it, Boomer. They went for 2 and failed.
Well, here's Kevin Lockett breaking all kinds of tackles. Did you see Carson Palmer in the NFL today? Hey, Ben, you're going to Cincinnati. I am? Oh, my
God. He didn't know until you told him.
No, but here comes John Kitna, the guy that's playing quarterback right now, and doing it very well, I might add, for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Boomer, you could have done that.
So what? You still got to get paid to do it. 14-12. Bengals on the short side again.
All right, the Eagles with Deuce Staley having a huge day, 2 touchdowns. Tampa Bay clinches playoff berth with a win. Story there, though, the Lions quarterback Joey Harrington goes out with an irregular heartbeat, left in an ambulance. Minnesota had a quick 14-0 lead here behind Culpepper's 2 rushing touchdowns. But
sure that we get all that tested out before he would return.
I've got to imagine that you're happy the way your defense has performed up to this point with 2 very strong stands holding them just to field goals.
Well, yeah, we're bending. We're bending, but we're not breaking. And so we got a 13-10 game. We get the ball coming out at half, and we've got to do something with it. We're trying to control the ball just a little bit. But they're controlling it as well, so it's going to be a short game, it looks like.
All right, good luck in the second half, Coach.
All right, thank you, Jennifer and Tim. The way they control it, well, so far has been running the football.
Yeah, they have. They've done a great job, Kurt, of running the football. Whether it's been Rafael Cooper or Avion Cason, they've run for 75 yards and over 5 yards a carry. Here's Coop with a big one up the middle, getting some positive yards. He'll get another one up the middle. This is what you got to do against Tampa. If you're going to run the football, you've got to run it right at him, and they've had success doing that. That's Cason there, and it's been a whole host of backs, whether it's Schlesinger, here he is here, picking up some positive yards. Surprised that Detroit has run the football as well as they have here in the first half. They'll need to do that here in the second half as well.
We came into the game talking about the Tampa defense, but at halftime, the story is really the Lions defense.
Well, it is. And as Marty said, they bent, but they didn't break. And the QB pressures have been fantastic. And that's what you got to do to Brad Johnson. You got to get pressure in his face, whether it's with just 4 guys, as you see there, or whether it's with the blitz and Claiborne and the other guys coming up the middle. But it's absolutely critical, Curt, that you keep pressure in his face all day long. They'll need to do that in the second half if they're going to win this game.
Back down to the field and our Jennifer Hammond with the Bucs head coach.
Tampa coach John Gruden, first off, talk to me about the challenges that Mike McMahon presents at quarterback as compared to Joey Harrington.
Well, he's a good player. We saw him twice last year. He's very athletic, got a big arm, and Lions are tough, especially in this dome, and he's a good player.
As far as them coming at your quarterback and pressuring you and holding you to a couple of field goals when you had opportunities in the red zone, what kind of adjustments offensively do you have to make for the second half?
We're going to keep playing. We've had the ball 4 times and had 3 scoring drives. We'd like to capitalize in our good field position, but it's a tough league. We got to keep playing. We're happy with some of the things that did happen.
All right, good luck in the second half. Coach, guys, back upstairs to you.
Hard working, Jennifer Hammond.
Yeah.
Double duty at halftime.
She is working hard, and you can see here Tampa done a good job. No turnovers, time of possession, they're controlling that. But here it is for Detroit. I think that's a big one, being able to run the football against this defense, and obviously huge for them, 0 turnovers. If you start turning the football over and giving it to Tampa Bay, forget it, Curt. They're number 1 in the league at a +14 turnover ratio.
Now, let's not forget the Buccaneers actually lead this game at halftime, 13-10, a game that's important for them because they are trying to keep up with Philadelphia and eventually overtake the Eagles to clinch home field throughout the playoffs.
And they'll need to do that. I mean, we all know the history at Tampa Bay and going up to Philadelphia in a big win, getting it done today up in Philly. Looks like they're probably going to win that game. So I'm expecting this Tampa Bay football team to step to the forefront in this second half and play a better game. But the Lions have something to say about it, Curt. They'll put up a heck of a fight as they've done so far.
Well, you know what? This is where the old axiom comes in. Every time you think you got this game figured out, any given Sunday, right?
Yep. Marty told it. I mean, he said one thing this team will do is lay it on the line, and today they've definitely laid it on the line.
And they will get the ball to start the second half as Eddie Drummond comes out of the end zone. Finds a read and gets out to the 45-yard line to start things off.
Eddie Drummond has been a lifesaver. I mean, he's a rookie out of Penn State, and you got to figure Desmond Howard goes down, Azakim goes down, Eddie Drummond, the rookie, takes over. Had a big one for a touchdown last week, punt return against Arizona, and here opens up the second half with a nice return, Curt, giving his offense good field position and keeping the momentum, getting it going here in the second half.
Well, the momentum got going when Mike McMahon came in the game. You see he's 4 for 5, but they were down 10-0 when he took over for Harrington after just 1 series. Avion Cason with a run. Into the open field, Cason. Forced out of bounds by Rondé Barber, but the Lions come out in thrilling fashion, running it 40 yards after the opening kickoff of 45.
Wow, what vision in the backfield to see Warren Sapp blowing through the offensive line. Cason sees it, cuts right off of it. Watch Sapp, watch him penetrate, and then watch the cut from Cason. Whoop, right there. And now he's off to the races. If there's one thing, and he's running right at you in your living room, there's one thing that this kid can do, Curt, is get out in the open field and turn on the jets. He's really fast.
First down to the 15, Corey Schlesinger. Down to the 6-yard line, a gain of 9.
Marty Mornhinweg went in at half with these guys and said, look, we have run the football with great success. We're averaging over 5 yards a carry. Let's keep running it. Let's keep pounding it at them. And look at that. I mean, 89 on the year, next to last in the NFL, 124 today. We just started the second half. And again, give credit to the big boys up front. Excellent push, giving Corey Schlesinger the edge on that last run play.
And that offensive line has been set at the open, playing with 2 backups as starters this week. Raphael Cooper hit right at the line of scrimmage, no gain on the play.
What's the best thing you do against a team that lives on sacks and turnovers? You run the ball at them. Don't give those guys, especially the big boys up front, an opportunity to rush the passer. And Marty Kiffin there, the defensive coordinator, it's not the game plan that he wants to see, Curt. He wants to push Detroit into some 3 wide receiver sets so he can put his nickel on the field. They haven't been able to do that with the success of the Detroit running game.
Well, the Buccaneers defense came in giving up only 95 yards rushing a game. The Lions are 30 yards past that already. Kason hit hard in the backfield. Dwight Smith, the Detroit native, comes up with a big tackle.
Now this is inexperience here. I mean, he just goes the wrong way. You'll see his lead block and everybody come up here, and then he's going to come over to this side. There's his lead block. He's just going to cut it off the other side, and everybody's sitting right there in the hole waiting for you. And Monty Kiffin loves that. You get a big third down stop with your backs against the wall. It's a big time play.
And Dwight Smith,
79 over here.
Grew up here in Detroit, making a big play against the team he used to root for as a kid. Jason Hanson on for the 25-yard field goal attempt. Hanson's second of the game has tied the game. Lions take the first possession of the second half, put points on the board, and even the score.
The Dodge SXTs, 4 cool cars.
Short, and they've got that same personnel package in the game right here that they did on the short yardage play.
Well, this is the hammer offense right now. This is a run offense all the way.
Nick Lucci and Lorenzo Neal in front of Corey Dillon. Here it comes.
It's Dillon, and he slams ahead.
And the Jets are back in business. He beat linebacker Bobby Howard. That's exactly like you said.
Got it confused who heading deep.
Ricky Williams can't shake Napoleon Harris, the rookie linebacker.
Well, gift. It's the
17-7.
Room for everything.
I love the bagels in the Jet.
Chevy Trailblazer, like a rock.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Chevy Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Smiles on the Lions sideline as Eddie Drummond, with his big return of 45 yards, got that last drive going to start the second half.
Explosive guy, Curt. Had the touchdown, as I mentioned, last week against Arizona on the punt. And a lot of big play capability.
Hanson with the kickoff. Aaron Stecker going to make it at the 5. Return of 19 yards on the play, and so Brad Johnson and the Buccaneers will take their first shot of the second half.
Better defense.
Hawkins has got to be the wrist and
them to get that momentum shifting touchdown right at the end of the half. It'll be critical.
Pick up 2, 2nd and 8. Ball right at midfield. Allen is in the backfield, and Allen gets it on the short pitch. And he picks his way.
Ow! About 50 years old, but he's still making plays. And Travis Henry finds the hole 4 yards out. He's in for the touch, but don't forget about LaDainian Tomlinson. He goes in. You can't stop him. You can only hope to.
You say Junior's like 50 years old? He's a senior. He's senior sale. All right, the Jets are on the board. They were blanked in the first half, but maybe Pennington woke them up here to begin the second half. After 5 first down, the Jets get a nice little series here at the start of the third quarter, Boomer.
You talk about kicking can. That
Is out. 3rd and 1 for Houston.
Feel.
So you like it, huh?
For the ultimate in closeness and comfort, the new Remington. What a great shave feels like.
When a killer is stalking Homer, only another madman can catch the culprit. Kelsey Grammer is back.
I'm really glad you're still alive.
It's every parent's dream to outlive their children.
The Simpsons, all new 8/7 Central tonight on Fox.
Brad Johnson was harassed endlessly in the first half, but still completed 12 of 22 passes for 120 yards.
Well, what they've got to do here in this second half is they've got to protect him better. They've done a good job of running the football. They'll stay with that, but when they get in 3rd and long, they've got to give number 14 some protection.
They begin this drive here at the 24-yard line. Michael Pittman. Football bounced out, but he was down. Gain of 5.
And you see what Brad's done today through the air. And it's been mostly the deep stuff. And this is the 15-yard zone. Everything has been deep, most of his balls. See, what happens is Detroit is playing press and tight coverage, taking away a lot of that underneath stuff, Curt, making him throw the stuff that takes time to develop, which is allowing that pass rush to get there. It's worked pretty good so far in the first half and into this game for the Lions.
2nd and 5. Ball at the 30. Hand off to Pittman again. Flags fly. Pittman picked up 7 yards, but we'll see what the penalty marker is all about. It's like Tom White says this is against the Buccaneers.
Yeah, looked like he did the trip.
Tripping, number 60, 10-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
That's on the right guard, Kosi Coleman.
You watch Cozy, he's right here at the right guard. Oh yeah, he gets Luther Ellis there. That happens all the time, Curt.
I was gonna say you played D-line.
Yeah, that's
you've seen
that's
worse.
not a real trip. Usually it's when guys get beaten. It's the desperation trip.
And the big scissor kick, way apart.
It's a good block by Coleman.
3 wide receivers in for the Bucs. Flags before the ball was snapped.
There is no play prior to the snap. False start. Number 60, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
Well, that's on Coleman. Do you try and make up for the last penalty sometimes?
I don't know.
Jeez, back-to-back on the right guard. And so what was a 2nd and 9 is now a 2nd and 19.
Perfect for Detroit.
I mean, they were 2nd and 5.
Yeah.
That was 2nd and 5 before. Now it's 2nd and 19. Movement early this time. Well, we saw the Lions move. Were they drawn off is the question.
False start. Number 67, offense, the 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
A different guy at least this time. Kenyatta Walker, the right tackle.
And it is upsetting John Gruden. John Gruden is a detailed guy. You hear him calling the play there. And this guy is all about details. And those are the little things that he doesn't like. The flinch there from Kenyatta Walker, as you saw.
Bucs had 2 penalties the entire first half. They've got 3 on 3 consecutive plays here. Aaron Stecker out of the backfield. Nowhere to run. Chris Katz.
How about the pursuit by the Lions? Just all over that screen, of course, trying to alleviate some of that pass rush. But look at all the blue shirts getting over to the football once he dumps it off to Stecker on the screen. You got linemen running over Barrett Green. Watch Barrett Green. Boop. Shot from Terry Jenkins there, but all the blue shirts getting over there to the football. This Detroit Lion defense, Curt, they're feeling it. They're playing well.
Did they switch uniforms with the Bucs defense before the game? on 3rd and long. They have to get it to the 34-yard line. Keyshawn Johnson will be stopped short of that. It's the first 3 and out of the day for the Buccaneers.
And Keyshawn split out in man coverage. What do you do against man coverage? You run slants. And watch Key, he's just going to come out and get the football and then use that big body to try to carry guys for the first down. Good defense by the Lions, Curt, holding him before he got to the stick.
Gruden is still upset about those calls.
Sure. He'll be upset about those till next Sunday.
You find a way to forget about last week when they kick off finally. Tom Tupa putting it to Eddie Drummond. Escapes 2 Buccaneers, but not the 3rd. Nate Webster finally dragged him down. 48 yards on the punt, 3 on the return by Drummond. And the Lions take over. Still tied at 13.
See Oakland or San Diego. Cast your vote.
Handoff to Liddell Betts, who will be stopped short a couple of yards from the markers. And some of the players have to be separated. Brian Johnson of the
His 3rd touchdown reception of the season. The rookie first-round draft pick out of Washington.
I said earlier that the Falcons were going to have to disrupt Jeremy Stevens and the other Seahawks on the line of scrimmage. And the same thing happens on this touchdown pass. Stevens comes off the line of scrimmage. No one bumps him. No one hammers him. No one touches him.
All 3 of his touchdown receptions, Tim, have come in the last 4 games. Stevens, an ankle injury earlier in the season. Lindell adds the point after. The Seahawks on the opening drive of the second half have pulled to within 3.
The Saints are messed up on defense. They can't get lined up right. They got Jay Bellamy on Randy Moss. And Culpepper doesn't have time to see him. He flips this one out to Dwayne Bates.
With Microsoft Server software, you can quickly connect with partners. That's software for the agile business from Microsoft.
Jack Bauer is trying to stop a terrorist attack that could cost millions of lives.
What's going on?
It's a nuclear bomb.
Now he gets the break he's been waiting for.
What did he tell you?
Everything.
No!
Hang on for a ride you'll never forget.
I know where the bomb is.
24, all new, 9/8 Central Fox Tuesday.
Our Jennifer Hammond's got an update on Joey Harrington. Jennifer?
Thanks, guys. The latest word on Joey Harrington is that he is resting at a local hospital after suffering an irregular heartbeat. Now, the doctor said that had straightened itself out by the time he left the building in the ambulance. He has gone to Henry Ford Hospital where he will undergo further tests, and it'll keep him there for observation, guys.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. So Mike McMahon still leading the charges. Completes that one out to Jermaine Crowell. And Crowell fights his way out for a gain of 6.
See, what they've done now is they've loosened up that secondary and opened up some holes because they've been able to run the football. Tampa now has got to commit, Curt, 8 guys up into the box to try to shut down that running game, which is going to open up that intermediate passing game, and you saw it there.
As Marty Morningweg told us, it hurts him to his heart, but he had to run the football today and be more conservative than he would like to be.
You have to. I mean, if you get in 3rd and longs against this group for Tampa Bay, it will be in your face.
Corey Schlesinger. Not going to get even back to the line of scrimmage as John Howell was the first to catch it.
But do you see what's happening? Look at that clock. You see that thing? It's still moving. They continue to run the football, continue to take time off that clock, shorten the game, and then keep Tampa offensively, Curt, over on the sideline. That's why they're running the football. And on top of that, again, as I mentioned, you shut down and soften up that pass rush. These big boys will start to get tired the more they're on the field defensively.
There you see the play selection today. 19 runs, 8 passes so far. 3rd and short, McMahon just throws it away. And so it'll be a 3 and out for the Lions.
Not good.
No.
That's not what you want.
The clock stops all of a sudden.
Yep, and that's not what you want. And keep that thing going as long as possible. Field position will be big in this second half.
So John Jett now in the punt after the Lions' first 3 and out of the day. Carl Williams being backed up. Calls for the fair catch. Right at the 17-yard line. Just under 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
His left leg, and that's a bad sign for the Steelers. He got the big touchdown, but he may have paid a big price for it. Oh, that's an awful sight. That's a big, powerful man. He was pulled down by Mark Fields on the play as he crossed the goal line.
And pulled down from behind. See the knee brace he has on his left knee. Watch as he gets inside here. Right here, he gets pulled down as he plants on it. See that?
Oh. So Bettis scores to widen the Steelers' lead, but now the great concern is for the injury. He gets up, now limping, but walking under his own steam. And former teammate Brenson Buckner comes over. Howard checks out.
Copyrighted by the NFL for the private. Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl XXXVII. By Taco Bell, think outside the bun. By the new Remington Micro Screen TCT, what a great shave feels like. And by Cadillac, bold vehicles defying convention.
The Buccaneers begin deep in their own territory, starting with the ball at the 16-yard line in a 13-13 ball game with Detroit. They start the movement already as 2 tight ends are spread out to his left. Quick pass out to Keenan McCardell. And McCardell picks up 6 yards. Back out to Los Angeles and JB for a game break.
Curt and Tim, as you well know, Atlanta needs a win and a giant loss to get into the playoffs. The lead has been cut from 17-7 to 17-14 on that strike from Mike Hasselbeck to Jeremy Stevens. A 5-yard strike back to Curt and Tim.
Well, this NFC picture may not be clear after today.
Just when you think it's going to clear up, huh, Curt, it gets cloudy.
More injury news for the Lions as you see Luther Ellis trying to stretch something out.
Yeah, at least they've got depth. Kelvin Pritchett will come in and play D tackle.
On second down. Johnson. Well, Mike Allstott was the nearest receiver on that one, incomplete.
And talked about Pritchett. He comes in and he and Sean Rogers get good push right up the gut and put the pressure in Brad Johnson's face. And again, he has to get rid of it too soon, and he can't be accurate. Sean Rogers here, Pritchett there, both coming up the middle. A little swim move. Just swam right by Cozy Coleman. It's a nice move. And Sean Rogers, Curt, is getting better. He's got 2 sacks in the last 3 weeks.
Buccaneers have to get it to the 26. Quick screen, incomplete, and they get the flag. McCardell was the intended receiver. Andre Goodman was running along with him. And the flag came out after they couldn't make the connection. Pass interference, Detroit.
You see the left cast on his left hand there. He looks like he may have nicked it a little bit.
Pass interference. Number 25, defense. That's a first down.
You know, there were a total of 3 penalties in the first half. We've made up for it here to start the second.
Here he is on McCardell, and let's see what he does with this left hand. See him pull McCardell? There it is. He is in good position, Curt, with his right hand, but pulls and turns the body. Pass interference every time.
So it's a first down at the 31. Stecker still fighting. Picks up 6 yards on the run. Penalty flag down in the backfield once again.
Referee threw that one late.
And it's going to be holding against Tampa Bay. So it'll all come back.
Well, they're playing sloppy today, Curt.
Yeah.
Uncharacteristic for a John Gruden football team.
Holding. Number 72. Offense. 10 yards. Remains. First down.
And that's Roman Oben's second penalty of the day. 5th against this offensive line for Tampa Bay.
And here's Roman here at the left tackle. He's going to pull out. He's going to hook there. Oh, that's weak. Yeah.
First and 20. Johnson. Underneath, Michael Pittman held on to it. Chris Cash with another big pop by this Lions defense. They were laying the wood on these guys from Tampa Bay virtually every time they catch it.
Yeah, and Cash laid him out there. And let's listen to this one. It's a nice pop, isn't it?
Ah, he held on to it, though, and picked up a nice gain of 7. Second and long.
Oh, looks like Cozy jumped again.
It is Flag Day here in Detroit, just a couple of days before Christmas.
False start. Number 60. Offense. The 5-yard penalty. Remains. Second down.
Third penalty against Cozy Coleman. And that's the 3rd or 6th against this offensive line.
And he's going against big Sean Rogers, and you're going to want to get a get off against him. And that's what Cozy's trying to do. He's trying to get in that pass set. Here he is here as soon as possible. He's just a fraction early, Curt, before that snap. That's his 3rd today, and it's the pressure of that big boy, Sean Rogers, that's causing him to make some mistakes as Cozy Coleman comes out of the game.
John Gruden's offense out of sync right now. Brad Johnson under pressure. Gets that one out of bounds. Robert Porcher was bringing the heat.
Porcher's had an outstanding game. They have yet to sack Brad Johnson, but they have had consistent pressure in his face. And look at the inside move he throws on Kenyatta Walker there, then bounces off of Washington and the running back, and then jumps in Brad Johnson's face.
Cozy Coleman's now out of the game at right guard, and they put Todd Washington in on this key 3rd down. They have to get it to the 41. Stecker going to be 6 yards short.
That's what Aaron Stecker can do. I mean, he breaks a tackle of a 350-pounder in the backfield. Sean Rogers had him wrapped up. He's able to break that tackle and pick up a bunch of extra yards. But how about it? Another holding series to where the defense held him and forced him to punt. Good job.
Tom Tupa on the punt once again to Eddie Drummond. At the 15, Drummond is knocked down by Corey Ivy. 51 yards on the punt to Excedrin on the return.
Be there for a special
series.
To be honest with you, was a face mask.
I agree. Seahawks start from their own 36 as Hasselbeck is picked off and then dropped. Keon Carpenter had it and then dropped it.
And a few other members of the Saints. Here's a quick pitch. That's Randy Moss. Moss going against Dale Carter.
7.
Oh, at that point, nobody hit touched Carlos Emmons when he was down on the field recovering the fumble. But look at the hustle by Sean Barber right there on Liddell Betts, and then another one with Chris Samuels. That is why these guys are such a great football team. And you got hustle like that. Everybody is wanting.
Where call 877-NFL shop for your free team catalog.
America's #1 pregame show is taking its active prime time. You heard that right. Saturday, January 18th. It's Fox NFL Saturday Night. JB, Terry, Howie, Jimmy, along with Jillian and Jimmy Kimmel all grab the spotlight for what promises to be one of television's more entertaining hours. It's Fox NFL Saturday Night, January 18th, only on Fox. On an entertaining game being played by this Lions squad so far. They're all tied at 13 late in the third quarter.
And you see Eric Beverly there, who's getting his first start at left guard today. And let's give him a lot of credit. He's held up nicely against Warren Sapp.
Off the play fake. McMahon deep overthrows Bill Schrader, incomplete. Well, you talk about Beverly, though. I mean, this is not only his first game starting at left guard. He was their center all 16 games last year. But he's never played left guard, college or pro.
Yeah, no, he hasn't. And I think the only thing that benefits him is having played center and being down there in the interior and knowing how those combination blocks work on the inside has helped him out. And they weren't worried about it. I asked Carl Mock, the O-line coach, about him. He says, hey, I'll go war with this guy any day of the week.
Quezon goes that way, right behind where Beverly was all lined up. Picks up a couple of yards on the run. And the clock continues to go in the Lions' favor.
I tell you, I give these Lions a lot of credit. Avion Quezon has run the football well today. And I think the biggest thing, Curt, and hopefully we won't see one here and I won't jinx them, but the lack of turnovers. I mean, offensively, they've done a great job hanging on to the football and limiting those big plays by that Bucs defense.
Well, they've got to convert a third down here. They need the 24-yard line. And there go the flags.
That's going to be Crowell up at the top of the screen, I bet.
Ball starts. Number 82, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
It's never 2 for flinching, it's 5 for flinching.
Yeah.
At least in the NFL. So now a 3rd and long has become a 3rd and longer.
And this opens up everything now for that Tampa defense and their blitz package. And Kiffin does a great job of disguising things. Let's see what they do here on defense.
McMahon. In the air, incomplete. John Howell and Scotty Anderson collided.
Oh, what a break on the football by John Howell. He is in here for John Lynch starting in this football game today. And watch the shot he puts on Scotty Anderson as he breaks on this football. Woo! That's good. That's giving it up and laying out right there to make a play.
That is a mid-air collision. Carl Williams back to take the kick from John Jett at the 44. He's headed the wrong way. Winds up losing 8 yards on the return as Jimmy Wyrick brings him down. So a 46-yard punt gets him 54 yards of field position.
Remember that field position I was talking about earlier and how it will be big in this second half? Bracy Walker injured there on the punt. Carl Williams just put his team in a hole. I mean, he lost, Curt, you said 8, but if he would have taken it straight up the field, he'd have been at least 10 to 15 yards ahead of where they are now.
While they check on Bracy Walker, we'll take a quick timeout.
Night of crime and punishment start.
And a 76-yard return for a touchdown. He did a good job just fielding that.
You're exactly right, because when that ball turns over, it's going to go another 5 yards, and he kept going back. And as a punt returner, he recognized the opportunity, because when he knew it was out kick, that the coverage was going to break down, and if he could get past one guy, that initial gunner, he had a chance.
The first punt return for a touchdown in Texans history. They thought that was going to come from Jermaine Lewis, but he's out, injured with a bad ankle. So the Texans are right back in it.
Those two guys you saw in the
go to the 18-yard line for first down. Here's Manning stepping up and
by starters due to injuries, yet they're tied for the best record in all the National Football League at 10-3.
Do you think number 4 has anything to do with that?
Maybe just a little. So the Buccaneers will begin with the ball at the 36. Up top, Dilger, incomplete.
Boy, he had him down the seam. Ken Dilger versus the cover 2 defense, and Brian Walker comes and lays a nice shot to get the pass breakup. Seeing some nice breaks on the football by both secondaries in this game.
We talk about breaks. Todd Washington getting his break right now to play right guard. Kosi Coleman, those 3 penalties, he's out of the game. On 2nd and long. Johnson under pressure. Completes it out to Keyshawn Johnson. Pickup of 5 yards on the play. Kalimba Edwards with the tackle.
Having a lot of trouble picking up that blitz today against the Lions. Again, Brad Johnson had to throw the football before he wanted to, had to come to his check down in Keyshawn Johnson because of the good pressure up in his face by Chris Claiborne.
On 3rd down, they have to get the 46 for the first. Keyshawn dropped it.
He just flat out drops it. Dragging across the middle is Keyshawn Johnson. Man coverage. He knows he's past the first down marker and just drops it. Ball was a little low, but Keyshawn's got to catch that.
Rare drop by Johnson, who usually has as good a hands as there is in the league. First drop of the day by the Buccaneers receivers, period.
How about another big stop by that Detroit defense, Curt?
Eddie Drummond scoops it up.
Oh, he's quick.
But he ran out of bounds instead of turning it upfield. So the Lions defense has done their part. The offense has to somehow find a way to break this tie.
Outside quickly, caught by Booker. Mo Lewis has got a beat on him. Just takes him out of bounds.
That risks possession.
Five yards shy of the. Sia has got the edge over Brett Favre, and Favre has been in a bit of a slump lately.
From the 5-yard line.
The inside of the 3 receivers, the number 1 just comes up and just runs a little curl. Protection's there, timing's there, completion is there.
Saints roll the package. They've got 4 wide receivers in the game now. This is Joe Horn. Joe's got some room to run. Beaker.
Game of our Fox.
New challenge, rich with
Cooper. Cooper has been super so far. Nate Webster with the stop. But Raphael Cooper with another nice run, this time of 9 yards.
And what did I say? It's all up the middle in between the tackles, and that's why Raphael Cooper takes it. Led by Shartrick Darby.
Well, they gave him 10 yards in the first, so Cooper now with 6 carries, 47 yards in the game. And over 60 yards by the backup Avion Kason, who started today. Michael Ricks, the tight end, his first catch of the afternoon, and a 9-yard gain. Out to Los Angeles and JB for a game winner.
Curt and Tim, you know, an Atlanta win and a Giants loss gets them in the playoffs. Doesn't happen like this as Michael Vick stripped by Willie Williams. Williams takes it 25 yards to pay dirt. And boy, I tell you, that is a bit, as Terry was telling me, Curt, a conundrum. 21-17, Seattle. Back to Curt and Tim.
They teach you those kinds of words at Louisiana Tech?
A conundrum.
Well, Raphael Cooper ends the conundrum of this series so far, picking up another first down for the Lions and taking us to the end of the third quarter. Through 3 quarters, the Lions and Buccaneers are all even at 13 apiece. Fox NFL Sunday will continue after this word from your local Fox station.
We'll come back after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the...
Where the courts get involved.
Lorenzo Neal.
John.
All right, JB. That's right. You know, the worst thing you can do when you need help is to look for that help. You better take care of your deal.
Mike Vick needs to protect the football. That's the biggest criticism on him. Take care of that ball. It's valuable.
Whoops, he fires. Joe Horn's going to take care of this ball. He's out to the 45-yard line. And another Saints first down, a pickup of 14.
Ohio for Cleveland.
Fourth quarter, Tim, this is their lowest scoring period of the year, while it was the Bucs' best defensive period of the year.
Yeah,
so
that's not good. That's not good. The Lions haven't even scored 3 points a game or a quarter, Curt, in the fourth quarter. They're scoring under 3. So obviously they'll need to do better than that today. You see that. I mean, 43 points in the fourth quarter. Absolutely the lowest in the National Football League.
Oh, if they get 3 and their defense keep playing like it's played so far, that could be enough. Their defense has been stellar after allowing the Buccaneers to go out to the 10-0 lead on just the second play of the second quarter.
And not only would this be a huge win for Marty Morningweg and these Lions, but it'll be even a bigger loss, Curt, for these Tampa Bay Bucs with what they've got on the line right now.
First down from the 28. Raphael Cooper picks up maybe a yard on the play. Shelton Quarles with the tackle. Well, not only would this be a huge loss for the Buccaneers, but the Saints, who are right on their heels in the NFC South and own the tiebreakers, having swept the Bucs in 2 games
That's right. You remember all the way back to week 1 when they got that blocked punt. Ended up being a touchdown for them. And there you see the standings in the NFC South. And at 10-3, Curt, as you mentioned, I mean, they've yet to clinch.
With a win or a Giants loss, they clinch a playoff spot, but it'll be a while before they can clinch that division with New Orleans and Atlanta still nipping at it. And the flags go flying once again.
False start. Number 61 offense. 5 yards. Remains second down.
That's on the old veteran right guard Ray Brown, now in his 17th year. Well, we talked about how important this game is for the Bucs. It's not just getting into the playoffs. They want home field. They need home field.
They need it. And you can see what's happened to them over the last couple of years.
Now, all the losses in the playoffs on the road. McMahon going up top. Kayson makes the catch. He had to go up one-handed and bat it, but the little guy pulled it in. 37 yards on the reception.
What a great adjustment by Avion Kayson to come back in and get this football. He's just going to do a takeoff route down the sideline. Safety coming over. Look at the adjustment. Right up underneath the safety who overplayed it and gets a big, big play for his offense.
Now Kayson with a big day, that 37-yard reception to go with 60 yards on the ground. McMahon, ball batted in the air and intercepted. Shelton Quarles doing both. And the first turnover of the game goes the way of the Buccaneer defense.
And this is what the Bucs live for. There's the linebacker coach, Coach Barry. These guys are into it, and they go out and they get themselves a big turnover, first of the game. Now they're playing Tampa Bay football.
It used to be business was conducted face-to-face, and people were helpful. It was known as common courtesy. At Siebel, we make application software that lets you once again give your customers personalized service. It's made a real difference in a lot of successful companies. It could make one in yours. Siebel, good service is good business.
Welcome to the kingdom.
Are we there yet? No. Are we there yet? No.
Simpsons talking watches, now only at Burger King. Just $2.39 each with the purchase of any value meal.
Cool your jets, man.
Burger.
Collect all 4. And our big double cheeseburger is just 99 cents, with 2 slices of melted cheese and 2 juicy flame-broiled patties. More beef than a Big and Tasty. Hurry, offers end soon.
If you think all batteries are the same, consider this. When the Rocky Mountain Rescue Group needs light to save lives, they trust Duracell. Out there or right here at home. Duracell, trusted everywhere. Still think all batteries are the same? Consider this. When monitoring a patient after open heart surgery, the brand of battery hospitals trust most is Duracell. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Duracell, trusted everywhere. By Burger King, get a Simpsons talking watch for just $2.39 with the purchase of any value meal. By Siebel Systems, good service is good business. And by Toyota, get the feeling.
Buccaneers begin at their own 41 after the interception by Quarles. Johnson with time. Pittman out of the backfield. Gain of 11.
If they keep playing this cover 2 the way they're playing it right now defensively, Curt, for Detroit, I guarantee you, John Gruden, and you got to, John Gruden will continue to hit the ball over the middle. I guarantee that. I mean, he'll take advantage. He'll find a weak spot. He'll continue to go after it, after it, and after it. And that's been the middle of the field for Detroit.
First out in Lion territory. Aaron Stecker nowhere to go. Kelvin Pritchett wrapped him up and dropped him for a loss of 2.
Charles Haley has got these guys playing well up front.
Yes, that Charles Haley.
And that's not Charles Haley there. That's Pritchett. And of course, Haley is the coach, the defensive line coach. And there he is there. It was a great one. He's got 5 Super Bowl rings. He was a great defensive lineman, defensive pass rushing end back in his day. And he's got all of these guys up front for the Lions really playing well.
Cardell in motion on second down. Johnson up top for Keyshawn. In the air, comes down with it at the 20-yard line, and he's in pain.
The hit he took from Eric Davis playing safety coming over the top.
Well, it was kind of sandwiched between Davis and Andre Goodman.
Yeah. And here's Keyshawn coming out of the slot. And watch him press and drive to the secondary, and then watch the lift. Watch him get up in the air. And there's the injury. Eric Davis coming over, putting an elbow into the midsection of Keyshawn.
Yeah,
Johnson.
I don't want to speculate, but I can tell you what happened there. I think all guys know what happened.
It only happens.
In control all day long. Looking at only a 3-point lead right now. Ricky Williams not much there before he ran into DeLawrence Grant. You know,
Possible Olympics.
Is allowing that. In our meetings, he's having to get used to going up the middle blitz.
In the last minute of the third quarter, and so Atlanta getting a
appeal.
Roberto Garza, who has played in only 4 games this year, had a fractured foot earlier in the season.
At Best Buy.
Now fight crime digitally.
You ask me if there'll come a time when I grow tired of you. Never my love. Never my love. You wonder if this heart of mine will lose its desire.
I win again. You lose. I win.
Here in New Orleans, and that last drive was a killer for the Minnesota Viking defense. 14 plays, 75 yards in 8 minutes. And we'd like to welcome those of you watching the Washington Redskins Philadelphia Eagles game. We are 24-23 here in New Orleans. The Vikings up by 1.
So after the 30-yard completion to Keyshawn, they come right back, throw it 15 yards to Dudley, and they're in scoring territory.
And tell me that's not a mismatch with Ricky Dudley there at the tight end. And look at him on Chris Cash. Brad Johnson recognizes it under pressure and then lets it go, finding the mismatch with Ricky Dudley. Chris Cash at 5'11", trying to cover 6'6". We'll have a tough time with that.
Keyshawn's back in the game, split out wide to the right. Mike all stops, bottled up. Getting help from everybody as Darian Barnes, his fullback, gave him a push in the back, but still only able to pick up 1 yard. Brad Johnson getting the troops together.
Detroit has been tough, Curt. I mean, he had the one punch-in score by Allstott on the lead, but for the most part, when they've had their backs against the wall, this Detroit defense has risen up and got a stop.
They've had 2 stops inside the 10-yard line on the Bucs. Michael Pittman with running room, touchdown, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Pittman's first touchdown in a Tampa Bay uniform.
Nice little nifty run by Michael Pittman. And offensively what Tampa did was they spread him out and then gave it to Michael Pittman, who found his way, made some nice cuts up inside and punched it in for the score.
Martin Gramatica on for the extra point. Until the Lions defense held and held and held. Finally, The Bucs break through to take the lead.
Gina? You know, when I was first hired, we didn't have all these fancy integrated systems. Our sales program wasn't even linked with accounting. Warehouse platform in Chicago wasn't linked to anything, not even shipping. Back then, orders took days. Now they just take hours.
Wow, how long have you been working here?
Couple of months now.
Oh.
With Microsoft Server software, you can quickly connect all aspects of your business. That's software for the agile business from Microsoft.
Now the one Billy made in 3rd grade. Aunt Sarah's angel.
Still got the wings.
And now I need the gingerbread house.
This time of year, what can you give the woman who gives all year? This would be a great way to start. A diamond bracelet from Kay Jewelers starting from only $99.95. And you can be assured of 2 things. First, that every Kay diamond is hand-selected for exceptional beauty. And second, that you'll absolutely love it.
Nice gingerbread house.
Every kiss begins with K.
Is that a waterman bag? Nice phone. I got
recipes for pies and all kinds of stuff.
I share holiday photos with my family.
But with AOL, I can actually relax and enjoy the holidays.
Happy holidays from America Online. Call 1-800-4ONLINE or pick up a free AOL startup disc at these locations.
America Online. So easy to use, no wonder we're #1.
Back here in the Big Easy, the Saints 1 point away from the Minnesota Vikings. And Yurko, we've had a great one here today so far.
It's been up and down, fireworks all day.
This is exactly how you want your offensive tackle to block the draw. Watch Roman Oben right here. He's going to kick this guy out, Hall, and then sift to the next level. Get the block on Eric Davis. And Spring Pittman for the touchdown. Now he's going to get a nice little dance in the end zone. Look at this. All right.
That's something. I don't know if that works here in Motown. Jeez. Eddie Drummond through a hole. Eddie Drummond in the open field. Cuts it back. And there he goes. Eddie Drummond inside the 10, knocked out at the 5, and a penalty flag comes flying. Well, it took the kicker, Martin Gramatica, to save the touchdown.
What did Marty tell us coming in? We've got to make big plays on special teams. Eddie Drummond, Curt, has been the answer today. So explosive at cutting against the back against the grain.
Runner is ruled down by contact to 5. They have a 5-yard face mask on the tackle. Number 7 on the kicking team. Will be half the distance to the goal. First down.
So they add the penalty to the 91-yard kick return.
Boy, and I'll tell you, what he does to Rondé Barber here and setting him up. See Rondé? Rondé's trailing right there. He's going to trail him the whole way. Watch this little move inside on Barber. Whoop! See you later, buddy. Going to punch it all the way down to the 5-yard line.
How about
Huge
Gramatica?
play by Drummond.
Well, Gramatica was the first guy to touch him. Hustled downfield, made the tackle.
Yep.
First and goal from the 3. McMahon on the bootleg. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. Way to go, baby. Way to go, baby.
You know that has to feel good for Mike McMahon, doesn't it? And that's what he can do, Curt. He just runs the edge on the naked boot there and sees an opening and punches it in with that athletic ability.
Well, that's one way to answer a touchdown from the Bucs. 91-yard kick return, and then a 3-yard touchdown run. And Jason Hansen ties it up. And the Lions are still hanging in there. It's all even at 20.
Oh my gosh! You
are so wonderful.
Thank you.
I mean, you're so pretty and tall, and who does your hair? And your smile. I know I'm babbling on, and meeting you, it's just made my day.
You're just saying that because I'm on TV.
You're on TV?
Use any Visa card this holiday season and everyone will want to be nice to you. Because each time you use your Visa card, you could win $10,000 for you and $10,000 for a friend.
Oh my gosh, I think you are so wonderful.
Introducing Domino's Pizza Buffalo Chicken Kickers. Tender cuts of all-white chicken breast with a kick of spicy buffalo flavor baked through and through. 10 pieces for $5.99. Get the door and get a kick out of dinner tonight. Get an order of Cinesticks free when you buy a large one-topping pizza for $9.99.
Introducing the all-new 4Runner. Larger, more powerful. It will have admirers right from the beginning.
Meet Evan, a bachelor construction worker who earns $19,000 a year.
Great hair, great eyes, great body.
And meet the 20 women who've traveled to a chateau in France to compete for his heart. Why? They think he's worth $50 million. Now, who would ever give them that idea? Can true love survive a little $50 million lie? Joe Millionaire, a new reality series with a twist.
It's a dream come true. It means so much to me.
That's really twisted. Premieres Monday, January 6th on Fox.
9:44 left to play, and at 2020, it's easy to see we've got a good ball game going on.
And that's the beauty of the NFL. I don't think a lot of people forecasted this being the type of game it's been here today. It's been a terrific football game.
And what about Mike McMahon? You look at Joey Harrington going out after one series. The Lions down 10-0. McMahon has now thrown a touchdown and run for one. Aaron Stecker from the 3. Brought down from behind by Larry Foster.
Curt, here's the McMahon touchdown. I want you to watch John Owens at tight end, the rookie. Watch him get a seal block here. He's going to leak out on this backer, block him, and then just push him into the end zone and spring the quarterback. Kick down there. Now he looks like he's going to be a receiver. He's going to turn and block, push the linebacker into the end zone, gives McMahon the opportunity to get the score. That's a great job from the rookie out of Notre Dame, John Owens.
Getting contributions from everybody in many different ways are the Lions right now. The Buccaneers begin at the 30. Johnson. Michael Pittman tripped up. Gain of 5 on the play. Andre Goodman with the tackle.
Remember in the first half, it was all deep for Brad Johnson. Everything he was throwing was deep, trying to loosen these guys up. That didn't work. So now they've started throwing the underneath stuff, and they've had some success. And it's been pretty good pressure, consistent pressure throughout the afternoon on Brad Johnson. And more times than not, Curt, it's been number 91 there, Robert Porsche.
He's been in the backfield more than some Tampa running backs today.
Yeah.
Every time you look up. 2 tight ends in on second down. Pittman dancing. The music stopped. Robert Porsche with another tackle. Oh, Robert Porsche, maybe a redemption game for him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you saw any of that game last week against Arizona, in overtime out in Arizona, he had an unbelievable deflection on the ball by Jake Plummer. Ended up getting a penalty. It was really the play of the game.
On third down, the Buccaneers have to get the 40 to keep the drive going. Batted down, incomplete. Todd Light breaks it up.
He was with him the whole way. Excellent recognition there by Todd Light. And again, it's that underneath stuff that Brad Johnson's trying to work with. Good push up in the middle, and then Todd Light just coming over and getting the breakup. He was with McCardell the whole way.
Tom Tupa on the punt. Larry Foster in as the punt returner. Whoa. And that one goes deep. Foster. Caught from behind. Nice open field tackle made by Jack Golden. 59 yards on the punt.
Curt, remember that Porsche play I was talking about from last week against the Cardinals? I mean, here it is here. And watch him get the deflection, and then it's that little swipe across the front of the helmet that brings it all the way back. Ends up being an interception by Claiborne. The Lions thought they had the game won, their first road victory in about 15 tries. All for naught. It ends up coming back, and Porsche's having himself a heck of a redemption game here today.
Corey Schlesinger with the short run.
And you see Robert there sitting down on the sideline, and I tell you, he has been a great player, Curt, in this league for a long, long time, and it's all been here in Detroit.